All right, welcome everyone. Today we're gonna make some banana muffins. So I already have my mise en place set out. I've measured everything and they're all in their containers. First, we're gonna start with our dry ingredients. So I already have 1.5 cups of flour. We're gonna add a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then we have a teaspoon of ground cinnamon and a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. And we're gonna give that a quick whisk together. Just so it's all combined together. All right, we're gonna set that aside and we're going to work on our wet ingredients. So I have our roughly about 1.5 cups of mashed banana. So we're gonna add that into our stand mixer. We're gonna use our spatula to scrape all of that in. And then we have our 6 tablespoons of melted butter. We have our 2/3 cups of packed brown sugar. We have 1 egg. Right, then we have a teaspoon of vanilla and 2 tablespoons of milk. Spatula out of there before we turn it on. So we're gonna come over to our mixer. Our bowl is already in, it's already secured. We're gonna put the mixer down. We have our lock button over here. We're gonna flip that over. That way our mixer doesn't move. And we're going to start mixing. All right, so now we're going to mix it. On this side, we have our power button. So we're just going to put it on 2 just so it lightly beats it, mixes it together until it's all combined. All right, now that it is all combined there, we're going to turn that off. We're gonna unlock it. We're gonna tilt it up and we're going to add in our dry ingredients. Okay, we have our dry ingredients in there now, so we're gonna put it back down. We're gonna lock it and we're gonna turn it on low so that way our flour doesn't go all over the place and make a mess. And it'll gradually combine together. And at this point, you should see your batter starting to become thicker now that we've added the dry ingredients in there. I'm just gonna turn it up 1 more speed. I'm gonna turn that off for a minute, unlock it. I'm just gonna do a quick scrape around the sides and the bottom, just to make sure we have everything in there. All right, and 1 more quick mix. Again, just on a low speed, so we don't want it to mix too much. All right, now that looks great, so we're gonna turn it off. We're gonna unlock it. We're actually gonna unplug it. We'll lift up this. We'll grab our spatula. I'm gonna unlock our head here. Scrape off as much excess as you can. And we are gonna unlock our bowl there. flipping it over, we're gonna do a quick scrape with the spatula, and your batter should be quite thick. And at this point, if you were gonna add any inclusions like walnuts or chocolate chips, you would just simply pour in your cup of chocolate chips and gently fold it with your spatula, just as so. All right, now we have our oven already preheated to 425 as per our recipe. We have our greased muffin tin with our liners in it. We're going to use our scoop, and we're going to scoop them into the muffin tins. You want to make them rather full. I'm gonna fill the rest of these and we will be right back. All right, now that we have our muffin tins full, we're going to move it, transfer it into the oven. And again, our oven is preheated to 425. We're gonna slide those in. And I'm gonna set the timer for 5 minutes, because in this recipe, we have to decrease the temperature after 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. All right, and we will be back in 5 minutes to decrease the temperature. All right, our 5 minutes have ended, so we are going to now decrease our temperature to 350. Oops. All right, and we are going to let it bake for another 15 minutes. So I'm going to put on the timer again for 15 minutes. All right. And we'll be back. All right, welcome back. Our 15 minutes are up, so we're gonna take a look at our muffins. Again, we have our oven mitt for safety. We're gonna take our toothpick and we're just going to put it in the center. It is kind of clear, so we know that the muffins are done. So we're gonna pull the muffins out. We're gonna put them on top. And as you can see, when we first put them in, they were almost at level with the pan. They have rose because we added our leavening agent, which was our baking soda and baking powder. And then that chemical reaction allowed our muffins to rise.